Solving quadratics by completing the square. I'm on page 142 of the homework book and looking at question 3. X squared equals, plus 12x plus 20 must equal 0. Completing the square means turn it into a format that looks like this. So everything in one bracket. You may recall from a earlier lesson that we looked at that when you have it in this format, it's the same thing as writing it out twice, or it's the same thing as saying the first squared. So I think I might just have to give some terms here to give an example. Okay. X plus 2 is the same thing as x plus 2, x plus 2. Okay, and then it works out to be x squared plus 4x. If you look at the outside terms and the inside terms, multiply them, add them, you get 4x, and the last term's squared goes 4. So 4. Now, you might also remember that it's the same thing as square the first, so you get x squared, square the last, so you get the positive 4, and then 2 times the first times the last. 2 times x times 2 becomes 4x, which is how you get the middle term. So I think of 2 times the first times the last when I'm trying to put this into a perfect square. I know that x goes there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to halve the 12 and put a 6 there, and it's going to be a plus 6, so that when I go 2 times the first times the last, I get 12x. Okay, so I'm almost there, but what I've effectively done is when I square the last, I get 36, and I've effectively added 36 to the left hand side, so you better take away 36 from the right hand side as well. Sorry, if you added it, I should have added it to both sides. If I added it to the left, I better add it to the right. I've still got this plus 20 that's actually supposed to be in here, but I don't really want it in there. I'll keep my constant on the right hand side. So I'm going to take away 20 from both sides. So, solving now, x plus 6 squared must give 16. 36 minus 20 is 16. And then if I take the square root of both sides, I get 4. And then my last step is to subtract 6 from both sides. By the way, when you take the square root of a number, you get plus or minus, don't you? You could get minus 4 times minus 4 gives you 16. So plus or minus, so one answer comes from plus 4 minus 6, and the other answer comes from plus 4 plus 6. Sorry, mistake. Minus 4 minus 6. So 4 minus 6 is minus 2, and minus 4 minus 6 is minus 10. Those are my two solutions. Different method, completing the square to solve my quadratic equation. I'll jump down to question 4, and I'll look at 4b. Okay, I need a new page. 4b reads 5x squared plus 20x plus 1 equals 0. Now this method only works when the coefficient of x squared is equal to 1. So the first step I'm going to do is divide everything by 5. It becomes x squared plus 4x plus a fifth, which is 0.2. You can leave it as a fraction if you like. Now, I'm trying to make a perfect square. I'm going to take half the coefficient of the x, which is 2, and put it there. It's going to be plus again, because when I go 2 times the first times the last, I end up with the right number of x's. So to the left hand side, I've actually effectively added 4, because when you square the last term you get plus 4, so I have to take away 4. No, you don't. I add 4 to both sides. Because this 4 had 4 added to it, I have to add 4 to the left hand side. I have to take away the minus 0.2 from the right hand side, or effectively from both sides. So on the right hand, 4 minus 0.2 is 3.8, and I'm going to have to use a calculator in a minute because I don't know the square root of 3.8. X plus 2 square root 3.8. I'll leave it as a surd for a moment, and the two solutions are going to be x equals square root of 3.8 minus 2, but also the negative solution of the square root of 3.8 minus 2. Okay, and you can use your calculator to work out those two numbers. And that's it. Have a go at some of those, and come to class on Friday with what you think the answers are.